I grew up with Puff Daddy's parents. Yeah. So, we all come from Harlem, born here, raised here.
I love you.
I love you too.
A lot of things that you see happen came about from not even from my generation, but the generation that became before me.
You gotta realize, man, you know, his mother had a modeling agency, and it was alleged that it was also Ladies of the Night, a prostitution ring too.
Dapper Dan tried to sound the alarm on Diddy's mom, but nobody listened. And now, the whispers spilling out of Harlem are getting real ugly.
I think that she liked to party, and she partied with young people. She's always been like that.
Word on the block is that Janice Combs wasn't just some sweet, supportive mama cheering from the sidelines. Nope, allegedly, she was the queen pin behind closed doors, running underground spots, pulling strings, and introducing her son to the dark side way before Bad Boy was even a dream.
Introduce her to my mom. Call Mom Dukes.
Hi.
She's getting a drip with me. She's hydrating. What's up, Mom?
Everything's good, baby.
Insiders are saying she's the one who showed Diddy the ropes on those wild freak-off rituals. That's right. Harlem folks claim she trained him, coached him on how to control the room, read people, and play them like puppets. And some are even saying she didn't just watch, she joined in.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you too.
People believe Janice was right there, deep in the mix, making sure her son became a master of manipulation. And remember that viral footage of Diddy putting hands on Cassie in that hotel hallway? The whole internet lit up in shock. But guess who jumped to defend him without hesitation? His mama, Janice. She was standing strong like he was the one who got hurt. But now that Harlem insiders are speaking up, folks are wondering, did she already know the truth back then? Or worse, was she involved from day one? The deeper you dig, the darker it gets. So now we gotta ask, was Janice just a loyal ride or die mother? Or was she the real mastermind, the one who lit the match and watched it all burn? Stay tuned. This rabbit hole goes way deeper.
Yeah, my mom's is single. Mom's is single. I ain't gonna hate on my mom's. She's single.
So before the feds came knocking and slapped cuffs on Puff Daddy, Harlem's own fashion legend Dapper Dan had already dropped some cold truth. And trust, he wasn't sugarcoating a single word. When reporters asked him about the chaos surrounding Diddy, Dap didn't throw shade, but he damn sure didn't protect him either. Instead, he hit everyone with that deep-rooted Harlem wisdom. Dapper Dan said he grew up knowing Puff's parents, including Mama Janice Combs, and the vibe he gave off. This ain't some shocking new development. This is old news in Harlem. Dap basically hinted that what we're seeing now with Diddy isn't some wild one-off. It's part of a long-running pattern, a generational cycle that's been spinning for decades. According to him, the twisted power trips, the shady after-hours parties, the freaky elite circles, that energy was already in the air way before Bad Boy ever hit the charts. Back then, it was all velvet ropes, dim lights, and whispers behind Versace shades. But today, social media's got everything out in the open. No more hiding behind fame and filters. And the more you think about it, the more Dapper Dan's words start clicking into place. Because folks been saying that Janice Combs didn't just raise her son. She groomed him for this lifestyle, allegedly teaching him how to move through that shadowy world like a pro.
When she used to do her little modeling thing with her little ladies of the night, the little wild parties, when she gave that up, I don't think she was in the business.
There's been a lot of speculation flying around, and it's getting real uncomfortable. Folks are saying Janice Combs might have introduced Diddy to those infamous freak-offs and their mother-son relationship. Let's just say it wasn't your typical family dynamic. Now here's where it gets straight up shocking. Some people are claiming Janice wasn't just in the background, she was allegedly right there in the mix. Yup, participating in the same kind of freak-offs that Diddy's being dragged into court over today. We're talking about those parties, the ones tied to lawsuits, ironclad NDAs, and people walking away emotionally wrecked. And just when you thought it couldn't get weirder, there's a clip floating around of Diddy and his mom sitting side by side, both hooked up to IV drips, supposedly for hydration. But here's where it gets creepy.
Introduce her to my mom. Call Mom Dukes.
Hi.
She's getting a drip with me. She's hydrating. What's up, Mom?
Everything's good, baby.
Court docs say these freak-off sessions would last so long and get so out of control that people needed IV fluids just to recover. Passed out, drenched in sweat, completely drained, medically exhausted.
Your mother got the receipts. Everything is in your mother's name. That's the one who got the receipts. You need more proof? Biggie ain't here, so Big can't give you no receipts. He dead.
Now, nobody's saying Janice and Diddy had just left one of those events in that clip, but come on, the timing and the visuals, too sketchy to ignore. And it don't stop there. People have been raising eyebrows for years about how extra affectionate Diddy acts around his mama on camera. There's footage of him kissing her on the lips. And we're not talking a quick little peck, we mean full lips.
Yeah,
I love you.
I love you too.
Then Diddy starts talking in interviews about how his mama's single and needs a man at 85 years old. Like, sir, that's your mama. Ain't no way that ain't making people uncomfortable.
Yeah, my mom's is single. Mom's is single. I ain't gonna hate on my mom's. She's single.
It's giving weird vibes, and folks are side-eyeing hard. But let's get into something most people ain't even bringing up yet. Everybody's out here thinking Janice Combs was some elegant model back in the day, but people from Harlem, they say that's pure fairy tale fluff. According to them, that modeling story was just smoke and mirrors. The glitz, the glam, the photo shoots. Just a cover. The real story. She was allegedly a madam, running serious behind-the-scenes operations, hooking up young girls with big-shot men in dark corners of the industry. While the cameras flashed and the world thought she was striking poses, backroom deals were going down and young girls were being pimped out. And guess who was sitting there soaking up every single move like a sponge? Young Diddy. Yup, word is he watched it all. Learned how to charm, deceive, and dominate. Not from TV, not from the streets, from his own mother.
Embattled music mogul Sean Combs' mother is defending her son. She's calling the charges of trafficking and racketeering a public lynching and a pain too unbearable to put into words.
They say she taught him how to manipulate people with a smile, control the scene while hiding the dirt, and run game without blinking. And it ain't just whispers anymore. Insiders been co-signing this for years. Jaguar Wright even called it out directly. She said Janice was the blueprint, the original madam in charge, and Diddy, he just copied the playbook step by step. Even Mace, who's been locked in drama with Diddy for years, came out and said it plain. Janice knows everything. He claimed Diddy's been hiding behind his mama the whole time like she's the human vault, holding all the industry's darkest secrets.
He used to cuss his mama out like a sailor, and I told him, and Miss Combs, you could get mad all you want to, you know this is true. That cussed you out in front of on 19th Street at the old bad boy office downstairs who was getting in the limousine. And I said, boy, if I ever hear you cuss your mom again.
And let's not act like we haven't seen Janice rush to his defense every single time the spotlight turns toxic. Just think back to that Cassie video, the one where Diddy put hands on her in the hotel hallway. The world was shook, the internet exploded, but guess who jumped up quick to protect his image? Janice. She spun the narrative like her son was some poor, misunderstood little boy, like he was the victim. Meanwhile, the footage told us everything. She knew. She had to know what he was capable of, but she still stood by him loud and proud.
Woman that they're saying is his mother was a prostitute and a whore. But there's whispers in the streets of Harlem that Diddy's mother isn't alive. Not his biological mother, that woman is his aunt.
Now here's where things get even darker, and most people ain't ready for this. Because believe it or not, some sources claim that Janice herself might have been one of Diddy's first victims. According to Gene Deal, who worked closely with Puff back in the day, he was told by Kirk Burrow, an old Diddy associate, that things got violent between Diddy and his mom. Not just arguments, not just raised voices. Allegedly, Diddy cussed her out and even put hands on her. Yeah, you heard that right. They say Diddy slapped his own mama. Now hold up. Slapped his own mama? The same woman he kisses on the lips in front of cameras? The one he keeps calling a queen in every other interview? That don't add up. But if that story's even halfway true, it flips the whole narrative on its head because now people are digging even deeper. And yeah, it's getting bloodline deep. There's a wild theory going around that Janice Combs might not even be Diddy's real mother.
Now, his father was a government snitch and a bad actor in the criminal world altogether.
Word on the street is that his biological mom, the real Janice, might have passed away a long time ago, allegedly. And the woman we've seen by Diddy's side all these years might actually be his aunt. Yup, that would mean the entire story they sold the world could be a carefully crafted cover-up. So why the secrecy? Why keep that kind of detail hidden for decades? Well, if you follow the trail back far enough, things get messy, real messy. Diddy's biological father, Melvin Combs, was allegedly deep in government dealings. Not just some neighborhood player, he was rumored to be a federal informant, a straight-up snitch for the feds. Harlem been whispering it, and Jaguar Wright said it out loud. This man wasn't just dirty, he was connected. Deals, betrayals, political favors. Melvin was allegedly in the middle of it all, so if his wife or sister stepped in to raise Diddy and keep the story clean, it would make sense for a family trying to dodge heat from the streets and the feds. And let's not act like this Fed theory came out of nowhere. Even Kanye said it on camera. He called Diddy out directly, saying Puff was moving like federal police. And when he said that, the internet didn't laugh. They said he might not be lying. And when you really look at how Diddy moves, the silence, the strategy, the way he always walks away clean while someone else takes the fall, it starts looking real suspicious. Like father, like son. That's what people are saying. And this whole thing, it's turning into a full-blown Harlem horror story.
But why you believe she knew about the freakos?
Because one of the witnesses said she was there.
There's been whispers for years, old interviews, locals who grew up around the Combs family, and the stuff they're saying about Diddy's childhood, straight up chilling. They claim his early years were surrounded by drugs, sex, and secrets. People swear they walked into rooms filled with naked adults, powerful men, women everywhere, and then right there in the corner, little Diddy, just watching, wide-eyed, soaking it all in, while Janice and the other grown-ups just looked the other way. But now, people are saying Janice didn't just ignore it, she might have been part of it. One fan online said it straight up, and his mom might not even be his mom. We've been new. Folks in Harlem always knew what was up, and once you start connecting the dots, from the freak-offs to the IV drips to Diddy kissing Janice full on the lips, it paints a seriously disturbing picture. Their relationships always felt too intimate, too touchy, like there's something under the surface no one wants to say out loud. And according to insiders like Gene Deal, it's not just rumors. He claimed Janice wasn't just at those wild events. She was even out here trying to flirt with the bodyguards. That's what Gene Deal claimed, said Janice was straight up trying to seduce Diddy's security team, bold as ever, not even trying to hide it. So let's break this down. We got a woman who's allegedly a former madam, who might not even be his real mother, who possibly groomed him into this twisted lifestyle, and now she's out here shooting her shot at his own employees? This is real suspect behavior on all levels, but it don't stop there. You might have missed this one.
The studio or any rooms is red, is making love. Some of the ones who went in the room, for sure they were underage.
They said they could ship me off and sell me to anyone.
Back in an old 1999 interview with Vibe magazine, Diddy casually dropped a bombshell. He revealed that he lost his innocence at just 12 years old. Said it like it was some rite of passage. And get this, he even mentioned he started exploring things at 11, watching late-night cable shows and pleasuring himself after catching some grown-up content. And that ain't even the wildest part. In that same interview, it was reported that his then-girlfriend, Jennifer Lopez, was just chilling on the couch while a full-on adult documentary was playing in the background. Like, what? That's not coming of age. That's deep-rooted trauma being paraded like it's normal. And you think Janice didn't know? The industry's been whispering for years that Janice was fully aware of what was going on behind the scenes. In fact, some say Janice was the one guiding the whole thing. One source from the making of a Bad Boy docuseries claimed Diddy had a thing for using red lights at his infamous parties. Not by accident, on purpose. That dim, eerie red glow, it wasn't just a vibe, it was a whole mood. You already know what red lighting suggests. Dark energy, secrecy, seduction. And here's the wild part. People are saying he learned that from Janice. Yup, they're calling her the master of the vibe. Someone who could set a scene perfectly, but not in any kind of innocent way. She knew exactly how to create an atmosphere that screamed invitation only. No cameras, don't ask questions.
Now let's zoom out and connect a few dots. Another powerful name keeps popping up, Clive Davis, the music mogul himself. Allegedly, Clive had ties to Diddy's father, Melvin Combs, before Melvin passed under mysterious circumstances. And right after Melvin's death, Diddy just so happens to fall directly under Clive's wing as a young up-and-comer in the industry.
Sounds a little too perfect, doesn't it? It's giving chosen one energy, but not the inspiring kind. More like you've been selected because you know the game and you'll play it. Some speculate, and again, all this is alleged, that Diddy might have had to go through some dark rites of passage to earn his seat at the table. And through it all, Janice was there, watching, guiding, managing, and maybe even controlling it from behind the scenes. So let's line up the facts. We got a young Diddy allegedly exposed to grown-up content at an age where he should have been watching cartoons. A weird family setup where the woman he calls mom might not even be his real biological mother. 3 powerful figures stepping into his life early, guiding, grooming, shaping. and a mother figure who, by multiple accounts, wasn't just watching from the sidelines, she was deep in the mix. Not just attending, participating. What that paints ain't just dysfunction, it's full-blown chaos.
A lot of people are curious about the status of P. Diddy.
Status of what?
P. Diddy. Diddy.
And now fast forward to the present day. Diddy's trial is heating up and rolling into week 2. The courtroom's getting crowded with bodyguards testifying, exes showing up ready to spill everything, and victims finally speaking out after years of silence. And the court docs stacking up like dirty laundry in a locked room. And we're not just talking about Cassie anymore. This thing is way bigger than her. The scale of what's being exposed is explosive. But now here comes the shady twist that's got everybody talking. There's serious buzz that Janice Combs might allegedly be helping her son move and hide money. Not just a rumor, there's word that Diddy's got multiple properties and assets tucked under her name. So if that's true, that means Janice ain't just playing mom anymore. She might be more than just a background player in all this. Janice Combs could be a full-blown person of interest. And let's be real, the feds, they don't play when it comes to money. If they find out she's been helping Diddy stash assets, shuffle properties, or cover financial tracks, they're coming for her next, and they're moving fast. And while Diddy's looking more guilty by the day, folks are starting to ask the one question nobody wanted to say out loud. What if Janice is the reason he turned out like this? Because let's be honest, all that freaky behavior, the twisted power games, the control, the gaslighting, that ain't something you're just born with. That's taught, conditioned, passed down like a dark family recipe. And if even half these stories are true, then Janice didn't just witness the madness, she created it. She might not just be protecting her son. She might be the one who built the entire playbook he's been running for decades. But now it's your turn. What do you think? Is Janice just a fiercely loyal mama trying to protect her child? Or is she the real puppet master, the OG pulling strings from the shadows all along? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I need to hear from every single one of y'all. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and smash that notification bell, because with the way this trial's exploding, you do not want to miss what we uncover next. See you in the next one.